Hello dear students, myself Miss Nehal Chakorkar working in a department of pharmacology. Today we will start with our next chapter, that is a process of thyroid synthesis. Then it is a thyroid gland which will contain the cell. The name of that cell is a follicle cell or acinous cell. That acinous cell is synthesized thyroxine, which will also called as a T4, triiodothyronine, which is also called as a T3, and third hormone, that is a calcitonin, that is a which will be responsible for regulation of the calcium level inside the body. Then that as a total cell is called as a follicle cell or acinous cell. Then the steps involved in a thyroxine synthesis is divided into the 5 steps. We will see the one by one. The first step is called as uptake of a plasma iodide by the follicle cell. Then from where the iodine gets uptaken, it is a regulated daily iodine requirement of the body is a 30 to 50 mg, which will be fulfilled from our food and water. About the total iodine that get uptaken, amongst that only 1/5 of iodine is present in a thyroid hormone. Then how that iodine is get captured? Then from our blood there is a on the surface of the thyroid cell or follicle cell, there is a 2 transporters are available. That is a sodium iodide symporter. Symporter means which carry the ions from a same direction, and pendrine iodine chloride porter, which will be present at the apical membrane of the follicle cell. The iodine uptake process is energy dependent, and from where we got the energy is from the sodium potassium ATPase. Then what is our next step? That is the step second is oxidation of a iodide and iodination of the tyrosine residue of the thyroglobulin. Means the iodine which is uptaken, which will be get iodinized. The detailed step is after getting the stimulation from the thyroid stimulating hormone, the iodide is get uptaken. That iodide with the help of enzyme thyroxide peroxidase enzyme is converted into the iodonium or hypoiodious acid enzyme linked hypoiodate that will bind to tyrosine residue of thyroglobulin. If that binding takes place at a third position, then the molecule we got is called as a monoiodotyrosine. And if the iodinium binding with the thyroglobulin takes place at the 5th position, then we got the diiodotyrosine residue. Then the captured iodide is carried across the membrane by the pendrine transport, and their oxidation is carried out with the help of thyroid peroxidase enzyme, which will also called as a oxidizing agent. Where we completed our second step. Then what is in the third step? The oxidized iodine is coupled by the oxidative reaction, and that reaction is catalyzed by the same thyroxide peroxidase enzyme. The thyroglobulin, it is an effective protein which helps for the reaction. The pair of iodinated tyrosyl residue coupled together to form the T3 and T4. Here there is a 2 molecules, that is a monoiodotyrosine. Why it is called as a monoiodotyrosine? Because it contains the single iodine. And diiodotyrosine. Why it is called as a diiodotyrosine? Because it contains the 2 iodine. If one monoiodotyrosine is coupled with the diiodotyrosine, then we got the triiodotyrone, because here we got the 3 iodine. And if 2 molecules of the diiodotyrosine is coupled together, then we got the tetraiodotyrone. Okay. Then here we completed our third step, that is formation of T3 and T4. Then what is in the next step? At the third step, our total process get completed up to the synthesis. Then next step is secretion of thyroid hormone. the normal thyroid secretes is a 60 to 90 microgram T4 and 10 to 30 microgram of T3. Then the iodinated residue of the tyrosine get transferred into the interior of the follicle where it is stored as a thyroid colloid. Once there is a need of the body will send the stimulation with the help of hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone. Then with the help of endocytosis process, the follicle gland will causes the release of the iodine, release of the thyroid. Then the last step is peripheral conversion of a T4 to T3. The peripheral conversion means the T4 is get converted into the T3. That peripheral conversion takes place by the two organs, that is the liver and the kidney. Then why that conversion takes place? Because our body, our normal tissue take the T3 from the plasma instead of T4. Only the brain and pituitary will take the T4 hormone, and then that T4 is again converted into the T3 by their own cell. Remaining all body parts will uptake the T4. Only brain and pituitary gland will causes the uptake of T4 hormone. The special thanks to Dr. Anwar Sheikh sir. And if you have any type of query, don't forget to mail me at snehalchakorkar@gmail.com. Thank you.